Dingleberry with the bells on your head.
10 seconds.
4 questions.
5.
Answers. Your host, Adrian Lee.
Oh, yes, indeed. There are more questions than answers. Like you think 2020 was bad. Wait until he turns 21 and starts drinking. There. 2020 was a unique leap year. Did you know that? It had 29 days in February, 300 days in March, and 5 years in April. Hi, America. Hello, world. My name is Adrian Lee, and I am your host. Welcome to the show, More Questions Than Answers, the only paranormal quiz show anywhere in the world. Each week, my guests and I will search the world's newspapers, websites, and TV shows just for you to bring you the very best in paranormal talk radio entertainment and enlightenment. We will then test each other's knowledge of the week's events, of the mysterious, strange, supernatural, unusual, bizarre, and just plain weird. If you have just tuned in especially to hear the show, then I admire your taste. If you have just tuned in by accident, then I admire your luck. I'm huddled under my quilt with a large flashlight and a nice cup of tea with tonight's guests, somewhere in the barren wildernesses of the Midwest Plains, with the sound of my elderly mother snoring distantly from the room next door. Each week we press our ear against the bedroom wall. Whatever my mother listens to before she goes to bed picks and pulls on her unconscious mind, and that's the very tune she snores. Let's have a listen tonight.
Something about Wenceslas.
Good King Wenceslas looked out on the Feast of Stephen. Do you know why we're having that song, that Christmas carol, this evening?
Because it's St. Stephen's Day.
It is. Today is St. Stephen's Day, the day after Christmas. In Britain, we would call it Boxing Day, a time when we box all our relatives due to the bad food and bad presents we have. I think it's got more to do with medieval culture, where the day after Christmas, if you had any leftovers, there was a box placed outside of the church and you put all your leftovers in the box and it went to feed the poor. I believe this to be true. But St. Stephen, of course, very interesting man. My background is in art history. If you ever see a painting of saints, they always hold what they've been martyred by. So St. Catherine holds a wheel. This is, you can walk into a church, you can look at the paintings, the frescoes on the wall, and without any knowledge, any education, you know that's St. Catherine because she's holding a broken wheel. You know that that's St. Lawrence because he's carrying with him a barbecue set with tongs, a bag of charcoals and some lighter fluid. He came to a very sticky ending. Anyone want to guess what St. Stephen had on him? How would you know St. Stephen? Any thoughts? He would have what on his head?
Crown
crown.
Figgy pudding.
He died by excessive eating of figgy pudding. Do you know what figgy pudding is?
Sticky pudding.
Sticky pudding. You have no clue about
Made
British.
of figs.
Made of figs. Well, it's a steamed pudding for sure. St. Stephen's had a stone on the top of his head. He was stoned to death.
Of course he was.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the left horn and I've also got the right horn. There we go. Let's put that back in. It's our Christmas special. We have done 2 Christmas specials because why not? Right. And it's close to Christmas. We can straddle Christmas. Next week, of course, will be
third Christmas.
Our third Christmas special. And we're just going to drag this out until Halloween.
Nice.
This is a perfect start to everything. Merry Christmas. Thank you for all of our cards. Thank you for all of our support. Michelle, you look resplendent as the Statue of Liberty. That's an awesome set of lights you've got there, madam.
Your blinkers.
Did you know the Statue of Liberty, of course, was copper originally and would have been copper coloured? She only went green with the verdigris. Did you know such wonders? What have you got going on there, Morris?
Nothing.
You're going left and right and slightly up.
Yep.
You've sat on that, haven't you?
Cute.
So?
Something's happened to your attire, madam. You need to straighten yourself out. I will also add, there is a show in here dying to get out, but it's Christmas. I don't care. Cheers. Salute Prost. Our
Cheers.
Christmas drink. Miss Morris made these. It's got sprinkles on top, if you can see such
Beautiful.
wonders. What would you call that? Has it got a name?
Leftovers.
Describe what's in it so I can have a drink.
Leftovers.
I think you
Keep
put
going.
a banana in mine.
Yep, it's got strawberry, banana, cherries, raspberries,
And Michelle's 100% right. We did slip a banana into hers.
coconut rum,
Coconut.
So snuggle
Peach
under your covers,
schnapps.
turn out your light, and hold on
some
tight.
other schnapps.
It's going to be a long night, ladies and gentlemen. The rules are very simple. Points will be awarded randomly for being interesting or for making me laugh or shiver in horror. Extra points will be available for shock and or value. To help me control my rowdy panel of recidivists and reprobates, I will employ what I have called the inappropriate bell. An example of this would be... Very, very impressive. The panel have no idea what's coming. I have no idea what stories they have for tonight's show. So let me introduce my guests. Firstly, the mysterious and effervescent Heather Morris. She's been a paranormal investigator for many years with her own team called Hellhound Investigations and does all of her best work in the shadows. She is now one of the leading audio and DVP experts with the International Paranormal Society and brings her knowledge and research skills to tonight's show. She's also a producer and sound engineer. This week, Heather changed all the labels on her spice rack. She's not in trouble yet, but the time is cumin.
Oh, no. I don't like it.
I love this show. While we're on the subject, season's greetings to all of our followers and supporters.
Oh, God.
It's just a joy. It was the best of times and the worst of
No,
times.
No.
God.
I've got so many more of these. Are you having a good week, Miss Morris?
Jess,
I see you brought your wolf back with you despite
he
everything.
loves Christmas, too.
I can tell. He looks like he's been eating too much Christmas dinner is what he looks like he's been doing.
Aw.
I also wish to introduce the mad and crazy Michelle Corrie. She was born and raised in Mora, Minnesota, and has a keen and avid interest in all things paranormal. Michelle made her Christmas wreath out of $100 bills. It was a wreath of Franklin's.
Nice.
Welcome
Yes.
to the show, Michelle.
Oh, thank you.
We're raising the standards
Yes.
as we go. Aretha Franklin once got out of a parking ticket by singing to a meter maid in New York. That is 100%
Cool.
true. Michael Bolton tried the same thing and is now serving life.
Good.
Did you see Saturn and Jupiter align this week?
I did.
Did you see the wonder? There was 2 planets.
Yes.
It was the Star of Bethlehem, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
We won't be seeing another one for another 800 years. So if you missed it, you've got a very, very long wait. They're mad, they're bad, and they are paranormal. This is season 4, episode 23, our second Christmas special. We'll just keep going until people stop sending us Christmas presents, I guess. Next week is the New Year's special, so we'll have some fun with that and a little bit of libations, perhaps. We might do some New Year's resolutions. I've already got a resolution that I want to do. I've got an interest now in haiku, Japanese poetry. I'm going to write a Japanese poem every day for the next year. By the end of the year, I should have 352, maybe.
65.
Whatever. What was in this?
Delicious, isn't it?
That's going down lovely. Beautiful. We have a watch party currently taking place. It's live. It's happening now. We're on MCN6. It's Saturday night. Go to Facebook on your phone. Go to Facebook on your laptop. Search for more questions than answers with Adrian Lee. We currently have followers and supporters of this show right now at this minute playing along with the quiz that I'm about to leap into. So if you wish to play along with the quiz, if you wish to share jokes, gift wars, lots of fun and frivolity, I would recommend that very highly. There's people on there as we speak having a lot of fun. Now, as always, we usher in the first round proper with the Martin sponsored gong of 11 herbs and spices of infinite knowledge, with a pinch of sort of statistics and the MCG of facts.
Nice. Thank
Always
you, Martin.
ushers in the first round. On this very day, in 1878, the first store in the US installed electric lights in Philadelphia. I was surprised by this. 1878 seems very early, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's only 14 odd years after the Civil War, right? But the first store in Philadelphia was the first store to be lit, allowing capitalism to keep going even in the dark. So that makes us Americans smile with glee and joy. For the first time in the history of MQTA radio, I cannot believe that strange, bizarre and fascinating facts about the laws of Philadelphia. Ever been to
boy.
Philadelphia?
I have.
What did you think?
It's nice. I was mostly in the touristy spots. But
What's their cream cheese like? Any good?
yes.
Very good.
Cheesesteaks.
Cream cheese. Have you been to Philadelphia?
No, but I
You-
had a cheesesteak.
Of course you did. Feeling confident?
No.
If you do this in a bathtub in Philadelphia, you will be breaking the law. What are you not allowed to do in a bathtub in Philadelphia?
Fart in the
Miss Morris?
tub.
You're not allowed to turn it into a jacuzzi. You're not allowed to trap the bubbles in your washcloth.
Wash your dog. Wash your clothes.
You are spreading your chips liberally by giving me 3 answers. You're not allowed
At
to
least they're
fart,
different.
wash your dog, and wash your clothes. That's only breaking the law if you do all 3 at once.
Oh.
That would be problematic. With the way that dog tears around, he could probably get in the bath with some clothing and make it quite clean in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I would suspect. If you had to maybe now one answer to the bathroom door,
Wash your clothes.
you're not allowed to wash your clothes, according to Miss Morris, in a bathtub in Philadelphia. That leaves you many interesting and wondrous things. What do you do in the bath?
Make gin.
Make gin, Sloan gin, in the bath. Are you a bath or shower person?
Bath.
You like baths, do you? You shower or bath?
We've had this question before.
I just like thinking about the two of you in the shower and the bath. You leave me alone. This is my Christmas special. Now say the word filthy at the same time together.
No.
Wow, only one. Better than none, right? 50% hit rate. You are doing what? Making gin would be illegal if made in a bathtub in Philadelphia. We've already done this in this room before the show started. But if we
Sing.
did it in a bathtub, there we go. You're not allowed to sing in the bathtub in Philadelphia, as you will be removed. You will be doing a diamond chino.
And
you will
who
be taken
polices
away.
that?
The bathtub police. That's who.
Oh.
Rub-a-dub-dub, knock on the door. You're coming with me, son. You're going to be singing like a canary when we get you down the station. You're not allowed to sing in the bath in Philadelphia. I shall give Miss Corrie 2 slippery points of rubber ducky love. You are now up to a single duck of 2. Do you think a porcupine has ever sat in a bubble bath and thought, well, that was a waste of money? I love this show. This show makes me very, very happy. You're not allowed, lots of laws in Philadelphia. You are not allowed to do this at a wedding in Philadelphia. So you've just got out. You've done 2 years hard labour for singing in the bath. Perhaps it's what you're singing. What would be the most inappropriate things to sing in the bath, perhaps? Yeah, happy birthday, maybe.
Throw me the toaster.
Lovely. All good tunes. You're not allowed to do this at a wedding in Philadelphia.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that you are not able. You shouldn't cry.
No crying at weddings. I wish it was me. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. You're not allowed to cry. Do you have a good cry at weddings?
Yeah, especially mine.
Yeah, I was going to say my wedding made me cry. It was a fairy tale wedding. Grim. What are you not allowed to do at a wedding, Miss Corrie?
Bring a gun.
Yes, you are 100% correct.
Nice.
It makes me think either you've looked at my notes or the light bulbs on your head have triggered some sort of
Yes. Cosmic.
collective cosmic consciousness.
an
You're now up
antenna.
to a stand back, it's not loaded 4. Yes, you're not allowed to let off a cannon, a revolver, or a gun. So no year has, unfortunately. It makes me wonder what's happened at other celebrations where it's been a free-for-all with the cannons.
Nice.
So you're not allowed to do that. Lots of laws. I stood up at my wedding. I stood up and I said, "Good evening, family and friends. I'm happy to preside over the only 5 minutes of the day the bride didn't plan." 100% true. Chocolate fountains, sculptures made out of ice, midgets with trays on their heads with cocaine. You know, the usual type of weddings you get in Minnesota. Women are not allowed to wear this unless they have a permit. Miss Morris, what are women not allowed to wear in Philadelphia unless they have a permit?
A tie.
A tie. The tie police are coming.
Yeah.
I see you. Bow tie would be acceptable. Button down top acceptable. Scarf. Any kind of wrappings around one's neck.
Yeah.
A shawl maybe. If you're wearing a tie, you're a lifer. You're going to go and see the old Sparky.
Cowboy boots.
Cowboy boots and a tie. If that was the only things... Hey, look at you in your fancy duds. You should have worn more. I'm thinking that's all you've got on. That's all you've worn's a tie. Oh, look. Your Uncle Mickey's turned up in his tie and cowboy boots. He doesn't want to overdress for the wedding, does he? No. He left his clothes in the bath, unfortunately.
Where's his gun?
Oh, my. Put your hands up, you bum. Or some such thing,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm confused. What are we going with?
What was the question?
Where am I? What's today?
Sorry.
Women are not allowed to wear this unless they have a permit.
A mini skirt.
You are suggesting a mini skirt. This isn't an item of clothing, if that helps you.
Isn't?
No.
Sunglasses.
You are not allowed to wear sunglasses. What are you going to go with, Corey?
A wedding ring.
A hat.
You are currently breaking this law, the two of you. You are breaking the law right now.
A bra.
Look at Morrissey's lovely, beautiful, round, smiling face. And
Hat.
Nope, because you're breaking the law as well, Corey. Oh, yeah.
No idea.
Makeup.
There you go. You're on fire. You must have a Christmas special more often. I will give you the red Rubius lips, and you're now up to 6 points. You're not allowed to wear makeup in Philadelphia unless you have a permit. Oh, no, it's the makeup police. You're Nick's son. It was just blush. I didn't know what I was doing. My friend started using eyeliner, and before I knew where I was...
You were in the Cure.
I was in the Cure.
Nice.
Come with us, Dr. Smith. You're Nick's son. Tell that to the judge, sweet cheeks. Good times. Spreading the net a little further, let's embrace the whole of Pennsylvania at this point.
Okay.
In Pittsburgh, you cannot sleep in a what? So we're now in Pittsburgh. We're still in the state of Pennsylvania. But you are not allowed to sleep in a what, Morris? You
Trash
are so
can.
far behind.
Trash can.
So you're like the Grouch, are you?
Yep, dumpster.
Top Cat. You're sitting in a trash can, but you're not allowed to go asleep.
Yeah.
That's quite a good law, actually, because at any given moment, it's like going asleep in a cornfield. You could be harvested.
You could get dumped.
You could get dumped. That is a fear if you slept in a trash can. It would have to be a pretty big trash can, wouldn't it?
Not really.
You not think? You're just sitting cross-legged, are you? And someone's pushing the lid down on your
Not
head.
if you're sleeping in a dumpster.
Oh, well, now we've moved on to dumpsters, of course, which is a whole new kettle of fish. Michelle, you're not allowed to sleep in a what?
Coffin.
I would say to you, what are you, Dracula?
Yeah.
We all have one of these.
Bathtub.
Keep going. It's in your house.
Shower, sink.
You're not allowed to sleep in the sink. That was a party, wasn't it? What party
closet.
that was? That was the MQTA Christmas party. I think you want to be going more towards the kitchen.
Refrigerator.
There you go.
Freezer.
Corey is up to 10. You get the chili ice cubes of 2 points, and you're now up to a rather splendid double Christmas integer of number 10. Ooh. You're not allowed to sleep in the refrigerator. Lots of people died back in the day because they had those little catches that once you was inside, you couldn't get it open again. And many people died. I think they called them coffins, didn't they? By getting inside refrigerators and the door slamming and not being able to get out again. That's a terrible way to go. I only wanted to see if the light was on. Do you remember the film this time last year, The Joker, with
Yes,
Joaquin Phoenix? There's a moment in that film where he takes all the food and trays out of the refrigerator and gets in.
Yeah.
And there was a school of thought suggesting that at that point he dies in the refrigerator, and everything that happens from that moment is him in spirit. So you may want to go back and watch that film from this time last year and see if you're following that school of thought. But it was a very, very good idea. One day my fridge will take revenge on me. Every half an hour we'll go to my room, open the door, stare at me for 3 minutes and then leave. Still in Pennsylvania. I can't believe how well Corey's doing. You need to get some points here, Morris. In Allentown, men are not allowed to do this in public.
Talk.
You are not allowed to talk in public in
Yeah.
Allentown. So no standing on street corners,
Yeah.
discussing The Mandalorian. You will be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So no talking, men or women. Both?
Men.
Just men. Men aren't allowed to do this in public in Allentown. No loose with the lips, no jibber jabber. Quit your jibber jabber.
In public.
Are you still going? Michelle, jump
Think
in
about
and
it.
Heather's going to see if she can come up with a better answer because she's on a duck egg right now.
Sing Billy Joel songs.
You're not allowed
Wear
to
a
sing
skirt.
Billy Joel songs in Allentown. Who would have thought such thing? Men aren't allowed to wear miniskirts.
Yeah.
So poor old Mary Quant, her designs are banned. Not allowed to wear the miniskirt.
Nope.
Any thoughts? Anywhere we're going with this? This would be very problematic for men in the summer with scantily dressed women around. That is going to give you your answer right there. It's summertime.
Sunglasses.
The sun's beating down. There's men standing on street corners. There's women, because the weather does bring them out.
Whistle.
Have you noticed that? The weather does bring them out. You are not allowed to whistle. No wolf whistling
Or sunglasses.
or sunglasses. She has not got the right answer. What would happen to men if in the summer scantily dressed women were parading themselves up and down Main Street without a care in the world? Everything out, pushed up, pushed out. Anything you'd like to share at this point?
They
Bearing
would
in
get
mind,
sweaty.
men are not allowed to become aroused in Allentown in public. I like the way this law is put in place. Like you get a say on this. I'm just suggesting that what man has got this under control. Anyway, that's what I'll tell the judge. If we ever meet the judge, I'll say what man has ever got this under control. Well, we're living here in Allentown, and I'm staring down at the ground, and it's getting very hard.
No.
You are also not allowed to walk backwards whilst eating peanuts in front of a theatre. I thought I'd just read that out because there was no way you were ever going to get that. Can you imagine me giving you clues? So you're walking backwards, eating peanuts in front of a theatre, and you've been arrested. What person has done this? Why is this dangerous? And why is it on the books? This suggests that at some point in the past, in Pennsylvania, someone's decided to eat their peanuts, walk backwards in front of a theatre, and cause no end of deaths and mayhem. We'll be taking that off the streets, I tell
Yes.
you. Recidivist ways. You're doing very well, Michelle.
Thank
You're in a
you.
remarkable 10 points.
Yes.
Heather and myself are yet to score. You can excuse me, of course, because I'm not actually playing. But, Morris,
Yeah.
you need to pull your finger out there, sweetheart. On this day, in 1973, the cult horror film The Exorcist was released. Now, we're not going to discuss that. I just thought that was an interesting fact. We have done many quizzes on The Exorcist over the last 9 years, if you recall. But today, we also celebrate the birthday of actor Jared Leto, born in Louisiana in 1971. Would you say Leto?
I say Leto.
Leto. Jared Leto. He was famous, of course, for playing what?
The Joker.
Of course he was. He was in the film The Suicide Squad and he played the Joker. Happy birthday, sir. If you are listening today, you are 49 years old. So for the first time in the history of MQTA Radio, I cannot believe that strange, bizarre and fascinating facts about the Joker. Look at her face. Look at her little face. You're like a
Yes.
cherub, you are. I just want to get hold of your cheeks and go. La, 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 la. Look at your gorgeous show. You love the Joker, don't you? It's your favourite.
Yeah.
You've almost got Batman paraphernalia on a regular basis. Where's your Batman T-shirt today?
It's Christmas.
We do
Second
have,
Christmas.
of course, our Batman logo over my left shoulder. Think you're going to do well with the Joker today?
It's all right.
Okay. What did actor Heath Ledger insist upon when he took the role of the Joker? He insisted upon this, and they kept. Look at you! You've suddenly become engaged. Look,
It's because I was getting him
she's
a treat.
woken up. How many treats? If you can hear crunching in the background, that isn't me nibbling on biscuits and crackers. We have a wolf in the studio that's currently
must be fed.
working his way through a side of lamb. Yes, indeed.
Huh.
Heath Ledger insisted upon this before he took the role of the Joker, and he did this throughout the whole film, and it was a really good idea. I was very impressed, actually.
He wanted to ad-lib.
He wanted to ad-lib. I'm sure there was plenty of that going on, and it certainly keeps actors on their toes, doesn't it? I'll let you have a think about that. What are your thoughts, Michelle? You seem to be doing very well this evening. I suggest to you that you wear the light bulbs on your head on a regular basis. My concern would be what happens when the light bulbs go out.
Me too.
I mean, is there going to be CPR? I mean, do we need to
Probably.
get you to the hospital?
It's just another Saturday night.
Is there an electrician in the room? Someone quick find me an electrician. This lady's having an outage.
He wanted to have full artistic license of his makeup.
For artistic license of his makeup. Michelle, what did Heath Ledger insist upon?
He didn't break character.
He didn't. I believe that to be true. I think he kept his makeup on for months before the film and all the way through the film. I think he stayed in character because he's kind of crazy. Morris is 100% correct. He insisted upon doing his own makeup. Do you know why? Why would he do that?
To get into character.
He did his own makeup because he thought the Joker would have put it on really badly and really, terribly, not like a professional makeup artist. And he put his own makeup on every day before filming as badly as possible because he didn't want a professional to be doing it. And secondly, he bought the cheapest makeup he could find from the local $1 drugstore.
Good.
So he bought the cheapest makeup from the local dollar store. He put it on himself and he insisted upon it because he believed the professional makeup artist wouldn't get it as good as he could mess it up.
Still my favorite Joker.
I think, why so serious? There we go. Makeup is, of course, a woman's war paint in their battle against time.
Yes.
I love this show. What did Heath Ledger ask Christian Bale to do during filming? You seem to be doing very well. I will give you some points with my flashing blue Christmas pen. I might keep this
Oh, yeah?
all year long and see how long it lasts. I'm going to give you 2 points for getting your makeup
Oh, that's
right.
nice.
Trust you to get a question about makeup right, by the way.
Great.
No stereotypes, but just saying. What did Heath Ledger ask Christian Bale to do during the filming?
During the filming,
Mm-hmm.
to not hold back.
To not hold back. Give it everything you got, boy.
Yeah.
Take the dogs off the lead. Give it everything you got, son.
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
He didn't want to have to fake fight scenes.
Fake fight scenes. Oh, look at that. You a pugilism.
Pow. Biff.
Whammo. I love whammo.
Yeah.
Michelle.
I think he asked him to stay in his lane. Like, don't.
Yeah, don't mess with my juju, man.
I'm staying in character. I don't want to talk to you as Christian Bale.
Don't come near
Nope,
me.
don't come near me.
In Ridley Scott's Alien, the big Nigerian guy who played Alien was told to stay away from the cast, and Sigourney Weaver and William Hurt didn't know who the actor was. They never got to meet the actor because Ridley Scott wanted them to be separate and not know who they were for the same reason. It pains me to say this, but I love the fact that you've suddenly got off the mark with a
Ooh.
fantastic couple of points. Yes, he did not want Christian Bale to hold back. Anything in particular you want to add to that?
No.
It was during the interrogation scene, if you remember the interrogation scene with the Joker and Batman when he puts the chair under the door. He told Christian Bale to beat him up. He said, don't hold back, beat me up. So if you look at that scene, Christian Bale does throw him around, but Heath Ledger throws himself against a few walls and against the furniture to make things move along in the way that he would want them to. When I make it through a day without beating someone up with a chair, I'd say my people skills are improving.
Yes.
Jared Leto took method acting to a whole new level when he mailed what to his fellow Suicide Squad actors. You'd be pleased at this, working for the post office. He mailed them what?
A fake bomb.
A fake bomb. Because that wouldn't get you into trouble in America, would it? Using the federal post office to mail a fake bomb. That wouldn't get you in any bother, would it? I saw a show once on the television where it was one of those prankster shows where they'd run up to people and trick them in the street, and a guy dressed as an Arab ran up to a big black guy with a suitcase and said it was a bomb and ran off, and the big black guy wasn't very impressed and beat him to a pulp, but the guy got like 25 years in jail. It was regarded as a terrorist threat. So it doesn't become so funny on YouTube anymore, does it, I guess?
So when they opened it, it
Yes.
would explode into confetti like a glitter bomb.
It was a glitter bomb. That's a great answer.
Or it says bang.
Just a
Cute.
bomb that goes bang.
Something like that.
Do you remember Harold Lloyd? Do you remember the fantastic 1920s, 1930s silent movie actor in the same mould as Buster Keaton? I used to love Harold Lloyd. Hooray for Harold Lloyd. His most famous scene was hanging from a clock with the hands. Do you remember?
Yes.
Just an absolute joy. They used to have Harold Lloyd when I was a kid on BBC Two at about 6 o'clock. So after the TV shows are finished for the children and when the news is starting on BBC One, dinner's not ready yet because my dad's not home. It's going to be imminent. Me and my sister would watch Harold Lloyd. The reason I bring this up is that Harold Lloyd did a photo shoot and someone went into the prop room and found a bomb. Do you know the ones that have got bomb written on them?
Yes.
With a fuse in it. And they told him to hold the bomb and they were going to do a photo shoot and they lit the fuse. It was a real bomb.
Jeez.
It blew fingers off of his hands.
Oh.
If you look at the Harold Lloyd silent movies, when he's hanging from the clock, he's actually got a glove on his hand and he had 2 prosthetic fingers placed into the glove. So not only did he do his own stunts hanging above the Manhattan skyline, but he only had 2 or 3 fingers on one of his hands and he wore a glove for the rest of his career because the bomb he was given to hold was real and it actually exploded and took his fingers off. Can you imagine such wonders? So you're suggesting a bomb. Anything you'd like to add to that, Michelle?
Green hair dye and red lipstick.
I will tell you, we actually mailed them a dead rat each.
Oh.
So what you want to get through the post really, isn't it? Dead rat. Merry Christmas. Here's a dead rat.
I've seen worse.
A rat. Have you seen worse? What have you seen in the post office? Come on, I want to know. You can't say,
Nope.
but you've seen worse.
Yep.
Wow. I found a rat in my house once. I actually gave it some poison, and it never died. So I guess it's rat sputing.
Oh, stop.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Rat sputing.
No.
I love this show. I almost want to get a pet rat just to call it rat sputing. It's just a
Sputing.
joy, isn't it? We're going to our favourite part of the show. It is the mailbag.
Mailbag!
We love the mailbag. You can send us your comments, your thoughts, your words of comfort and joy. If you go to the mailbag, you can go to Facebook, more questions and answers with Adrian Lee, and write down your comments and thoughts. We will read them out. We love receiving all of your witticisms and writings. Deanna, of course, who gave me a fantastic blanket as a Christmas present last week, and many other wonderful things. We're very grateful and very thankful, and I don't care what you say, you're definitely writing on prison paper. Deanna posted, "Thank you for the fun and festive show. Watching you open your gifts and seeing the expressions made me so happy. Heather's excitement stole the show." So she did bring some excitement to the show last week. Then it must have been in a rare few seconds I didn't see. I'm blind. Seeing Michelle's reaction when she got Baby Yoda was awesome. Adrian's joy from the gift certificate and blanket made my night. Thank you for the hard work you put into the show. Have a Merry Christmas. Patsy has also posted on our wall, "This is so much fun. Watching you open up your presents tonight was like watching big kids open up their gifts. That's very
Yay.
kind of you, Patsy. Brittany, a good friend and follower of the show, says, I
Hi,
hope
Brittany.
everyone has a great Christmas.
Aw.
I want to thank as well, while we're at the end of the Christmas period here, I want to thank and wish a Merry Christmas to all of our followers
Yeah,
and supporters,
thank
especially
you.
those on Patreon. We should read all of our Patreon supporters out.
Yeah.
Perhaps next week we'll get a list of them and we'll thank you personally on the show. We'll read your names out. Heater and Martin, of course, and Lisa and John, many, many others. We'll read them out. I'm going to set you a task to do there, Miss Morris. You can perhaps
Okay.
find those. You look excited about that, don't you? Do you want to discuss Patreon, by the way? Or give me a moment to give me a little sip of my drink.
Yes, on Patreon, if you join, you can get early release episodes of all of the audio as well as extended video with the Not For Your Mother section, where we become a bit naughty, as well as some releases that have never been released anywhere, radio plays,
Let me tell
stuff
you,
like that.
the only reason this show has been going on the radio and on the television for the last 9 years
is
due
because of them.
to your
Yes.
support. We don't make any money from this show, and we've been doing this religiously every week for 9 years. In fact, I will tell you that our 300th episode is about 5 shows away now. 4
Oh,
shows.
God.
4 more shows, and we've got our 300th episode. Did you ever think when we started out around a kitchen table with an old Yeti microphone plugged into a laptop, we'd be doing 300 episodes?
That's insane.
I read that the average podcast only lasts for 7 episodes, and we've gone from a kitchen table into 2 or 3 other radio stations, and now onto the television, which is a remarkable feat when you think about where
And
we
we're still
started.
poor.
And we're still poor. So, if you'd like to give us a Christmas gift, we don't make any money from this. Literally, we're on so many different platforms that they all cost money. So if you would like to donate a single dollar per episode to the show, go to patreon.com, search for MQTA Radio, and Miss Morris is about to read out all the platforms we're on and where you can find us.
We are on SoundCloud.
Yes, we are. YouTube, Stitcher. If you want a job done properly in this country, do you know what I'm saying?
Bean sprouts.
Yes, that doesn't exist.
Gangrene.
Again, that's non-existent. Gangrene Radio became defunct in the 1970s.
What was it? Skin tag radio.
Skin Tag, well, that's
Yeah.
still going. Yes, you can still flick the dial onto Skin Tag Radio. We're available on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Brussels Sprouts. I love Brussels Sprouts. Gasbox, which is the following day.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is available for you. So please consider donating $1 to the show. It's the only reason we can keep going year after year as well. Tanya said we will be listening down under and doing a bit of gardening.
Hi,
Hi,
Tanya.
Love you.
Don't
Merry
dig-
Christmas.
I was going to say, if you dig the hole too deep, you'll end up coming up in the studio. Is probably what will happen. But we have followers all over the world. YouTube. As soon as we finished on MCN6, we put our episodes on YouTube, so you can watch all of our episodes of season 4 on YouTube. More questions and answers with Adrian Lee. And you can listen to the show and watch the show on digistreamglobal.com. I don't often mention that, but you can listen to the show as well if you're in the gym, if you're doing some gardening like Tanya in Australia, if you're walking the dog, building a snowman, you can listen to the show. And we do a little bit extra, as Miss Morris said, in a round called Not For Your Mother. So there's your incentive, there's your Easter egg. I was on a show recently called The Paranormal Files. I looked it up. It's The Paranormal Files. The t-shirt
yeah.
is somewhere around here. Go onto YouTube, search for Paranormal Files, watch their last 3 episodes. I'm on it. We're in Minnesota, going around Redwood Falls, the Christie House, all manner of fabulous places. If you wish to join us for our watch party, that's 8 p.m. on Tuesday night for the Curse of Oak Island. We've missed 1 or 2, but we've been busy publishing books. My book came out last week, Ghosts of the Dakota War, 1862. Let me tell you right now, proudest moment of my life. I went to number 1 in the Amazon charts on new releases. So if you're interested in
Yay.
a Christmas read, a New Year read, all the history of the Dakota War, all the ghosts,
It was worth the pen.
my publisher says it's the best book I've ever written, and I won't disagree with them for many, many reasons. But if you wish to buy a copy of Ghosts of the Dakota War, 1862, took 5 years to write, hundreds of investigations all across the plains talking to Native Americans in spirit, talking to pioneers and soldiers, the lost history of the Dakota War told from the very lips of the dead. I've now had a number 1 in the
Yay.
book charts. This makes me
Congratulations.
very, very happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was a good day. That made me very happy. Normally I'm a miserable, pessimistic Brit, but that was for a small slither.
We got 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes of happiness. So long may that.
Merry
Well,
Christmas.
that's twice as long as you normally get, Michelle.
Yeah.
That includes a cigarette break.
It's great.
We're now going to open some more gifts. We promised this last week. We've got more gifts than we can open. So thank you, Lisa and John, for being patient. I do have a box down by my right
I'm getting
leg.
mine out
The
because
ladies
I want
are going to
to.
get their boxes out as well. I'm probably going to lose my reindeer horns. What I would like to happen is for Heather to rip hers open so I can then reach down and get mine. And she's doing exactly what I ask of her.
Yay! What's I got? Uh-oh.
What you got? Oh, Lisa and John.
Well, let's have a look. What have we got there, ladies?
Oh
Fantastic.
my God! Look at
Michelle has got a cushion for her piles. And
Look at this.
I
My
suspect
baby Yoda.
that's probably handmade. I think
Oh,
Lisa
yes.
made that. That is a fantastic Jack Skeleton.
That's incredible.
I finally get something to cover
and
Adrian's
it's on both
face.
sides. It's on the other side as well.
Look,
There's
look.
Sally.
I can
That
cover
is just
Adrian's
a
face now.
Joy. I've got
Oh
a
my
card.
gosh.
You've got little bean bags that you can put in the microwave
Yes.
and
For my pains.
for your jaw when you're talking too much.
Kangi.
Oh, dang it. Can't hang it yet.
I have got,
Kangi?
if you look, Lisa and John have sent me and the team a squirrel on the front of our Christmas card.
I love him.
I'm going to open this up, and it's presented a three-dimensional squirrel.
I got
Imagine that on the back of Chevy Chase as he's running up the stairs.
I
Isn't that
got
a joy?
clotted cream toffee.
Yes.
Lisa and John have written Merry Christmas. Here is some holiday cheer for the team.
Oh.
Enjoy all the homemade gifts. I told you they made them, didn't I?
Lisa, these are
They're
wonderful.
amazing.
I also want to say, I'm going to delve down into my box in a second. I also want to say congratulations to John,
Yep.
who I believe is close to retirement, if he's not already retired.
I think he's
I
retired.
think he's done.
Happy retirement.
He's been working at the
Retirement.
place he's been working at for 123 years, and he doesn't look a day over 200. So thank you for that.
Thank
And congratulations
you.
on your retirement, John. Let me have a little delve and see how far I get into the box. What else have you got there?
I got
ladies?
stuff to throw at you.
Yes.
And it's heavy stuff to throw at you.
Marvelous.
Look. More.
Beautiful.
Got more stuff to
Yes.
throw at him.
They have included quite a lot of bottles of wine, so I suspect after this show there's
I
going to
happen
be
to
a
be out.
few bits of celebrate. I can see what you've done there. Look at this. This is just a
What did
joy,
you
isn't it?
get?
I believe again that Lisa's actually made that. I have a bag
Oh
and
my
it has ghosts
God.
and
God,
pumpkins,
that's
and it's going to
amazing.
sit
Oh.
up here on
And
the
it's got
wall.
aliens on it too.
There's candy. We've got little bean bags to put in the
To throw at each
microwave to throw
other.
it. That would be dangerous, actually. It's
Quite
but we
heavy.
really appreciate that. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
help.
Thank
Thank
you
Thank
guys
you for the
so
card.
much.
Thank you for being patient.
I love this.
Congratulations on your retirement. I'm sure you're now going to drive Lisa mad. If you're driving her mad, send me a text message and I'll meet you for lunch one day and you can get out of your wife's hair. She'll probably appreciate
I
that,
want this to
I
be
suspect. We're going to jump into the show. We're going to start with a round called Ghosts and Hauntings.
Loves it.
A woman who lost her faithful dog was surprised to find a mysterious shape appear on her pet camera the very same day she died. In the haunting footage, a cloud-like shape appears on the screen and zigzags across the darkened living room. I met a gentleman once, a very elderly man who's now dead, who fought on the beaches in Japan in the Battle of the Pacific, and he ran onto the beach to fight the Japanese and was shot several times in the leg and various other places. There was actually a moment where a Japanese soldier was standing above him with a sword and was about to cut his head off or attack him, and he unclipped his revolver and shot him. What a terrible and terrifying thing to have to happen to anyone. But I asked him why he got shot, and he said he zigged when he should have zagged. But yes, this on-screen image goes zigzagging across the darkened room, the phantom-like object, then darts skywards.
Yeah, it's bunk.
And
I saw the
disappears.
video. It's
Remember,
a
we
bug.
don't do orbs. If you are playing the Bell Bunk and Snort drinking game,
It's a
you
bug.
can now have yourself a drink.
Still a bug.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a ghost. It was a bug.
Let me continue with my buggy story. The phantom-like object darts skyward and disappears. Carol Labutti, that's French for a sandwich, by the way, Labutti.
Labuppy.
Carol Labutti, French for sandwich,
sandwich.
raised her English bulldog. The bulldog's called Pucker. From puppyhood, and believes the ghostly object could be her spirit.
Or a bug.
The strange footage was captured the same night. Poor Pucker, 12-year-old, and in pain from health complication, was humanely put to sleep by a veterinarian. Explaining what happened, Carol told the Daily Star, "My English bulldog died that day. She was almost 13 years old. Pucker helped me get through a battle with breast cancer. I'll never forget the day. I was overwhelmed and crying. She jumped in my bed and cried with me. She was there through every step of my recovery. She was my dearest friend. We were inseparable." Carol said that even talking about losing her beloved dog now gave her an ache in her heart and a lump in her throat, which is better than a lump in your heart and an ache in your throat, and said how Pucker declined in health and became old and tired and in pain all of the time. She recalled, "When I got up the next morning, the camera said activity was detected, and I looked at the video. This was exceptionally strange because I was at home and the camera shouldn't have notified me. That was the last I'd seen or heard of Pucker."
Or a bug.
Little Pucker. The dog is Pucker, or she's a mother finding ghostly video
Michelle
footage.
did it.
I did it. I'm sorry.
Yes, the whistling sound that just made 3 of my cavities leap from my mouth.
That's
Was
Michelle.
Michelle putting her headphones too close to the microphone. It's only been 9 years, Michelle. Heather, what
Sorry.
have you got for me
Blame
in the
it on
round
the drink.
of ghosts and hauntings?
A comedian posted the creepy video of his car, which suddenly stopped when a mysterious figure emerged in front of it. Very spookily.
Creepy.
It was a bit creepy. The person, or a person, sees a ghost on the street, a terrifying figure. This is written terrible. Do you know why? Because it's from India.
Ah, they've used a translation app.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Correct.
That's exactly
So-
what's happened. How's your Indian, by the way?
It tasted wonderful.
Lovely. I do like an Indian. That is true. My
Well-
favourite food.
The person who posted the paranormal sighting from India on Facebook on Thursday night went viral and garnered 250,000 views.
This is
So
what we've got to
all
do.
we have to do is send someone streaking down a road and say it's a ghost.
I tell you what, I'm happy to do some streaking. But
Are you?
We're going to play a game. Do you know stone, scissors, paper?
Yes.
We're going to decide. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th one, you lurch into what you're going to be. So this is to decide who's going to be streaking tonight to get us 250,000 views. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we've all beaten. You've got scissors, I've got paper, she's got stone.
It's between you and I.
Hang on a second, I beat her.
Oh yeah.
Get
we all
steady.
beat each
We
other.
all
No,
beat
we
each other.
all beat each other.
So we all streak or we all don't streak? I'm confused.
Not it.
Well, let's go again then, seeing that was a 3-way tie. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
How'd that work?
Badly. we all went with the same one again. Come on, there's a radio show in here and I want to know who's streaking tonight. Go again, ready? 1, 2, 3. I can't. One last go. I've got to do a show. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We all went different, but we've all got the same. Now I've gone scissors, you've gone stone, and she's gone paper. I can't be doing this all night.
All right.
Perhaps our
Well,
viewers will write in and we'll do a poll.
you can start a
I'm
poll.
going to start a poll.
No,
on who
Don't
they'd
start
like
a
to-
poll.
I'm not getting involved into anything, apparently. There we go.
Well, in the video, the person is seen conversing with his friend when they suddenly approach a terrifying figure walking on the highway. The video, titled "My True Phantom Encounter,"
3 chocolate meringues. Ha, ha, ha.
went viral right away. The panicked passenger immediately tells the driver to accelerate and bypass the ghost-like figure. As the man zooms in on the camera, it can be seen that he is wearing what looks like an orange sari with visible ankles.
I'm sorry.
With
so
ankles.
sorry. With ankles.
Ankle sorry.
Yes.
And that's it.
That's all you've got, is it?
That's all I
I'm
got.
still writing.
I can't help it with your electrifying pen.
I will give you 2 curry-flavoured points. You shall get a Rogan Josh, a naan bread, and some poppadoms.
But I like Kier.
Yes, we'll get you some of that as well.
I love Kier.
Zoe Ball has claimed that her dead cat, now you need to keep up with this, her dead cat is called Monkey. So she has a dead cat. It hasn't anything to do with a primate.
Monkey cat.
Or any kind of simians. Zoe Ball has claimed that her dead cat Monkey is haunting her home after her son Woody heard it meowing. Speaking on her Radio 2 breakfast show yesterday, Zoe spoke about the tragic passing of the 2-year-old pet cat a few weeks ago.
Oh.
Very heavy on dead pets today, aren't we?
Nice.
Not really the Christmas show we'd have hoped and expected. We lost our cat a couple of weeks ago, and it's still getting at us, she shared. Woody's obsessed his ghost is in the house, as he can hear him meowing. But I think it's all in his head. Monkey was hit hard by a car and killed in a tragic accident at the age of 2 on December the 11th. That happens quite a lot in London, of course. Very congested, lots of cars, lots of people owning cats. The 50-year-old star paid touching tribute to the ginger feline on her Instagram page, with Zoe writing, "Our beautiful cat Monkey has gone to monkey heaven. He was a great adventurer, so chatty, full of love, and always up for a fireside cuddle." Woody 19 is Zoe's son, with ex-husband Norman Cook, otherwise known as Fat Boy Slim. The pair, who split in 2016, are also mum and dad to 10-year-old daughter Nellie. Cat named Monkey, or that sounds funky. You decide. Go to our Facebook site. More questions and answers with Adrian Lee. Corrie, what have you got for me tonight in the round of ghosts and hauntings?
The gaming fan Pilot draws Pac-Man pouncing on a ghost in an amazing radar image.
This is great. I saw this
It's
image.
pretty
It was
cool.
a joy.
The power pill munching computer character was spotted by fans on a flight tracker website. The pilot spent an hour tracing the route after taking off from Retford Gamston Airfield in Nottinghamshire on Sunday. They flew north to start the creation over Lincolnshire Wolds, then headed east to trace the ghost. The pilot began Pac-Man by flying over the coast near Mablethorpe. The kit plane, a home-built Vans RV-8, topped over 200 miles an hour during the flight. The pilot dropped speed and came in to create a more intricate feature like eyes on the ghost and zigzags underneath before landing back at Retford. Aircraft enthusiast Paul Rickett shared the image and wrote, "Someone has had a very wonderful morning."
They write quite a lot of disgusting things in the sky, don't they? A pilot was fired recently for drawing a giant twig and berries
A panous.
over Norfolk. If I was in charge of an airplane, I'd be driving a giant twig and berries over Norfolk as well.
Norfolk?
Norfolk. You crazy people, crazy people. I'm going to read a fun story here. Tiger King star Joe Exotic is back in the Daily Star's campaign for the return of the mullet in 2021.
Go Joe!
See, just when you thought 2020 was bad, the mullet's coming back in 21.
Oh, you'll be right in style.
That's a little unfair.
You and your mullet.
Short back and sides going on here.
Mullet.
The gay, gun-carrying redneck with a mullet. That's almost like the worst blind date ever, isn't it? I bet you've been on a few blind dates that sound similar to that.
Yes.
Gay, gun-carrying rednecks with a mullet.
Been
Sound
there.
familiar?
Yes.
That was your night in Dairy Queen, wasn't it, some years ago?
Yeah.
Do you remember such wonders? Bringing
Not
back
really.
memories. Gave his blessing to the star's push to make the distinctive 90s style the hottest new look. Reality star Exotic, who is serving 22 years in a US jail due to his haircut. No, that's not true at all. Over wildlife crimes and plotting to kill his rival activist Carol Baskin, helped make the trailer trash look massive this year. Something amusing, Corrie? The
Baskin.
57-year-old zookeeper bleached mullet reflected his wild behaviour. You have a story, don't you, when you were delivering mail this summer? Did you not go up to a house?
Yes.
Are you allowed to discuss this?
What? Remind me.
You
It
were
had the
carrying
sign.
a package, and there was 3 places to put the package.
Oh,
Explain
yeah.
what happened.
Well, I went up to the house. They had a package for him, and they had 3 different areas to leave the package. One of them was, Joe's innocent. Another one was Carol killed her husband.
And the third one was, you've no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So you had 3 choices. This is great. I think everyone should play these kind of fun games with their
Postman.
postal
Yes.
service. You had 3 places to put the package. One was Joe did it, one was Carol did it, one was you have no idea what's
And
going
it went
on.
in the Carol spot.
And you put the
Nice.
package in the Carol spot.
Yep.
That's fantastic. That makes me smile. The 57-year-old zookeeper's bleached mullet reflected his wild behaviour. Now his endorsement of our campaign adds to that of Pat Sharp, Chris Waddle and other stars like Miley Cyrus and Rihanna leading a resurgence in mullet. Eric Love, leader of the Tiger Team, a group of lawyers and investors working to get Joe freed, revealed Joe's first priority, if he gets released next year, it would be perfect bonkers barnet to give him. See, when he's inside, he can't exercise the barnet. He can't barnet fair hair. He can't have the mullet going on. So apparently, when Joe Exotic is released from prison, they have a hairdresser and a to-go bag all ready for him. So the moment he's leaving the prison, the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to give him his mullet back.
He's going to get his coif.
They have a hairdresser lined up with a to-go bag. Can you believe that? Well,
Yeah.
can you think? I mean, surely, let's get down to brass tacks here. If you were finishing a 22-year prison sentence and you were released, the first thing on my mind would not be, I better get a mullet.
You'll already have one.
Wow. It would suggest, by the way, business at the front, murder at the back.
Nice.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd go and get a steak. You'd want a steak, a hamburger. Maybe at some point a woman might be something that you could maybe
What?
find yourself. I'm just saying, if you spent 22 years...
Sounds like your Christmas list.
Yeah, I want a mullet, a hamburger, some steak and a woman.
Woman.
Any order, woman. Any order, not fussy. Vouchers would do it at that point, wouldn't it? The hair will be befitting of a king. Shocking. Tiger fun or fetch me a gun, you decide.
Yeah.
Go to our website, you will see all the fun and frivolity for yourself. Well, all good things come to an end, so let's look at tonight's scores. In last place with the K2 meter and the dead battery is Morris. She only scored
Who cares?
5 points. She gets footage of a ghostly dog and a dog tasting
care.
curry. So I think the two were combined there somewhat. In second place tonight is myself. I scored a rather fantastic Ghost of Christmas present 6. I get a monkey flavoured curry and a Pac-Man game.
Oh.
So don't eat anything out there that
Pac-Man.
says bushmeat. It's basically monkey.
Christmas.
Tonight, winning the $38,300 IR camera, our resplendent winner, running away with 14 points, Corey, by the way. Very impressive. You will be streaking tonight and getting a mullet, so we'll hold you down.
All right.
We'll
Merry
make
Christmas.
that happen. My gratitude and greatest thanks to everyone involved with the show. Michelle, Heather, all of our backstage staff. Have a wonderful and fantastic Christmas period. And remember, be interested and interesting. Good night.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Meep, meep.
Beep, beep.